Mission Rescue! You are all members of an intergalactic rescue group called Such Rescue. You've saved thousands of space dogs from galactic wars, planets running out of food, planets with dangerous weather, and even criminals. And, oh no, you're under attack!
Where are we going? North.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Therapeutic benefit in role-playing games. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, baby. Your presence requested in exchange for treasures.
Are we talking one treasure each?
Count that.
They have not fired on you. The Queen Salmon has entered your space with weapons ready.
Have they hailed us at all?
Not yet.
Not yet.
You would like to open communications?
Sure. As captain, I feel it's my my job to do so.
So when you hail, the feline who answers is Captain Katze. She commands the strike ship, and she's a chartreuse. They're like super soft, puffy fur that looks groomed, almost like a dark grayish blue. From her command chair, you see her just like batting something that's like dangling in front of her and not really paying attention to you.
Do we have any sort of like a red alert or anything that goes on throughout the ship? Because I'm sure I'm probably like back in the kitchen area, or well, actually, do we have a kitchen area?
So you don't have a formal cooking space, no.
So I guess I'm wherever I would be normally trying to put together some sort of food or whatever during all of this. So if there is like a red alert, I'd like to move up to the, like that I know something's going on, I'll move up to the cockpit.
I feel like that's up to Dagoth to
Yeah.
activate the red alert or not.
Yeah, well, I guess once comms are open, Dagoth will just demands like, what business do you have with our ship?
I have been sent by His Majesty Felines Rex to destroy you.
Well, your task is impossible. Leave now, or that fate will be yours. For you face Dagoth, Lord of the Brood.
Commander of the Flabberghast.
That title is a lot less intimidating.
We've scanned your ship and your weapons are inferior. Do your worst. And then she closes comms. So you activate the red alert.
Yeah, battle stations, I suppose.
I guess, what would our normal battle stations be then?
This is like the first time the Flabberghast has actually been attacked by a warship. Like, you have weapons. A couple of you have plenty of battle experience, but
Guys, we've trained for this! We've trained for this!
the Flabberghast, like, you guys are a rescue group. You're such rescue, you know, like there aren't too many warships coming after you. This is the first time.
So I use the freeze missiles that we have on board in small quantities to freeze off warts on the dogs and cats. And I think that it could be effective in freezing the ship. So I'm going to run to the aft of the ship, and I'm going to try to turn the missiles on, power them up, and launch a freezing missile at the enemy.
Dagoth, make a piloting test.
2d6,
like
right?
every other test, roll 2d6s. On a 5 or a 6, you succeed. So the ships are currently facing each other. So this is to make a quick evasive maneuver to put Magnus in position to fire the ships.
All right, I have rolled a 2 and a 6, so I have succeeded.
Okay, so you succeed. So you and Magnus, you know, you've you know, been in this
Back to the glory days.
before. So
I need Dagoth to bank to starboard, and I'm going to be in position.
yeah, so Dagoth does this very abrupt, quick maneuver. You know, shakes the ship a little bit. Now Magnus is in prime position to fire. Make a test at it with advantage. So roll 3d6s.
Rolling. A 1, a 1, and a 4.
Womp womp.
A little
Yeah.
shake. You gotta shake the cobwebs off, you know?
So Magnus goes to fire the freeze missiles, and as the missiles shoot out, the Queen Salmon just does a spiral, and the missiles all just narrowly miss. So at this point, the Queen Salmon is going to fire upon the Flabberghast and is going to strike it. So the Flabberghast receives a blast. Actually, let's do a kind of randomness check to see where it strikes. So actually, it strikes the back of the ship, right where Magnus is. So where Magnus is standing, he gets blown back, though doesn't take any damage. Does like a battle roll over and gets back into position. But
do a battle roll.
Yeah, do a battle roll, which he does quite gracefully. And the back room is now aflame and smoking.
I'm kind of assuming I'm near the back of the ship, near like the supplies, trying to figure out something for dinner or lunch or whatever time of day it is. And so I hear all of this. I see the smoke. I'm assuming there's some sort of a fire extinguisher or something nearby on my way to the weapon controls at the aft of the ship, which I will grab and kind of run with to extinguish some of these flames and smoke and all of that stuff.
Yeah, definitely in the supply science section. You have a fire extinguisher. So you grab that. So you dash over quite quickly, and you do manage to put out the flames. The area is damaged though. So like firing further missiles, you can tell right away would not be an option.
Is it something we can repair and fix on the fly, or do I think it's going to take a long time?
Oh, you could definitely try.
I'm going to try and... all right, why not? I'm going to be the chef that repairs the ship.
Okay, so make a standard test.
Recipes and engineering plans are just, they're the same thing.
I mean, yeah, just following directions,
Yeah.
5 and a 6.
Okay, so you succeed. So you rush over there, and you just like rip off an electric panel, and you spray down stuff that's still aflame. And you just begin wiring, like bypassing, some of the superfluous wiring and just getting connected what needs to be connected. So, like we could fire off another shot. Then what happens after that? I don't really know what's going to happen.
Sounds good to me.
Seeing how I'm in the cockpit, I'm assuming I have access to the standard computers that the ship has. Is there any like celestial bodies near us, or are we just like in open space?
So you're at the moment in open space, but you could fly to an asteroid field that's in range.
Knowing where Magnus and Jack are, we'll probably, over the comms in the ship, order McShnee to head to the shield operation to get shields up and running, as we will be going to the asteroids.
Upon hearing this over the comms, McSnee will have been like digging himself out from underneath the pile of like dirty rags and whatnot that were probably in the room. It's just more comfortable than a bed, honestly. And he kind of like drags himself out, groaning, oblivious to everything else that's been going on. He's like, all right.
There's sirens blaring. There was just a giant explosion.
Just a normal day, He was just really under there. But he's gonna go scampering off, kind of like lumbering along as he goes. Is that in the back?
That's the top left.
Top. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna go over towards that area.
Yeah. So Dagoth sees McSnee like stumbling in. Definitely just woke up. McSnee. But McSnee does push the activate shields button.
Some big red button that says turn on.
Shields on.
Shields on. So everybody in the ship knows the shields have come on. So Jack Smith announces it. Shields on! Magnus just like, yup.
Thank God. We should have had them on before.
But somebody wasn't at their station, glares at McShnee.
Little rag sleeper.
So at this point, you now are going to pilot your way through the asteroid field.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So make another
try to
pilot
dodge
test.
them.
We're being chased, I assume.
Yes.
Now that we've angered the felines.
Yeah. The Queen Salmon.
It was a 3 and a 6, so a success.
You, from your position, all of a sudden, once again, abruptly make this turn, and you go rocketing into an asteroid field.
Yeah. I make sure I'm centered with my 6 legs so I don't topple over, but I honestly don't care that the rest of the crew aren't strapped in, so they're probably going all over the place right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's make tests.
Oh boy.
So everyone else make a test to see how you withstand these maneuvers.
I'm very small. Oh, not good. 3 and a 1.
4 and a 3, so 7.
4 and a 3.
Okay, so nobody succeeds. So this quick, abrupt turn, and everybody just goes rocketing around the ship into random spots and slams into the walls.
And after that, you just hear over the intercom, evasive maneuvers, buckle in. After.
You just hear McSnee go thunk, 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 thunk.
Yeah, Dagoth looks at the cameras for the ship and sees everybody just on the ground.
Yeah, you don't hear it over the intercom, but McSnee being so close to the cockpit can definitely hear laughter.
Yeah. McSnee goes flying that direction, is just at your feet.
Yeah, he flies through the open doors, yeah.
Dagoth, did you really buy a ship without inertial compensators?
I didn't supply this ship. Government did.
Government ships. Forget the inertial compensators. And to be fair, the government was not expecting evasive maneuvers for any reason. Just kind of standard flying from place to place. But otherwise, if things were to bump into you, that was just what the shields were for. So all future evasive maneuvers, we'll have that in mind, and possibly something that you'll want to install in the ship in the future.
Probably.
So you get into the asteroid field. Everybody is on the ground trying to pick themselves up, and the Queen Salmon pursues into the asteroid field and is going to fire off another blast. So the blast comes and it hits Jack's room, which...
No! That's where I keep all my stuff!
Fortunately, the shields are on, so the damage is... but everything that was in the room has been blown off the shelves.
My plants!
Yeah, not my plants.
Where else am I going to get fresh spices?
That's true. All of your herbs and stuff. All of your herbs that you
Gooseberry!
Yeah.
Don't worry, we will stop at Space Basket later.
So they're all just broken on the ground.
Obviously, our ship isn't necessarily designed for quick maneuverability, but I think Dagoth is just now just in the mindset of his glory days, fleeing from the authorities. So he's going to try to weave in between the asteroids to hopefully try to outmaneuver the other ship, even though that mechanically probably isn't going to happen, but Dagoth doesn't care.
Are there 2 pilot seats to allow a co-pilot to run up and help Dagoth with maneuvering?
Yes. Yep.
So I'm going to run up to the cockpit now that I've shaken myself off and I'm no longer covered in debris from the impact of the last attack. And I'm going to help him do fine precision maneuvering to get us attached to the backside of one of the large asteroids to see if we can dodge and evade away from the Queen Salmon.
Nice. So make this check with advantage.
A 1 and a 4. I suck at maneuvering.
With advantage, you would roll 3 dice, right?
I get to roll 3?
Yeah, with advantage.
All right, here we go. Another 4. I'm consistent, sort of.
So you rush up, you get into the co-pilot seat, you look over at Dagoth, just confidently nodding. And you go and you start typing in all of these preset macros to help with the precision steering, but they were not inserted correctly. And you clip an asteroid.
Accidentally turned on the parking brake.
Yeah. Or Dagoth wasn't ready for these macros, so yeah, just hits the wrong button, and you clip an asteroid, which fully degrades your shield generator.
What are our shields down to now?
1%.
1%.
Oh no.
So I think we need to repair them. It's probably our highest priority.
Upon that last failed save with the maneuver and McSnee went flying through the cockpit, would he hypothetically be in the room where bombs are?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Kind of like gathering himself up and looking around. Is there anything he can do in this room of bombs?
I mean, you could deploy the bombs at the Queen Salmon for sure.
Seems like something he should ask about first.
I don't know. I feel like McShnee is the kind of person to ask for forgiveness later than permission now.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So how would one hypothetically go about dropping a bomb?
Setting up the bomb.
Oh, just make a test.
Oh, okay, cool. Seeing the bombs around, he's like, ooh.
Which Dagoth and Magnus hear the and like look over to the right and just see McSnee.
Oh, that's 2 6s.
Okay. So then McSnee looks back and I'm not sure which sort of catchphrase, like cowabunga, but deploys the bombs, which the Queen Salmon takes direct impact from.
Oh.
You see, like their shields just go completely, disperse and start smoking, and the explosion is so massive. The Flabberghast is also part of the explosion. So the
use all of the bombs. You were supposed to launch one.
In my defense, I was left unsupervised.
Jack comes running up. I'm sorry! I was supposed to watch him. It was my turn.
So the Flabberghast and the Queen Salmon both just start like descending through the asteroid field and begin approaching the planet Jank. And you enter the atmosphere and things start flaming.
Are any of us familiar with this planet?
None of you have been here previously. Your map shows that it's Planet Jank. So make a pilot test to try to safely land this.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Uh-oh. 2 and a 3.
There you go.
Magnus, also make a check to see if you can help correct the course.
2, 2, and a 4.
So both of you are sitting there like, brace for impact! You're not used to being in this position where you're going down. You're normally in this much more successful position.
Dagoth just plants 4 of his legs on the ground, 2 of his legs in the on the ceiling, and just holds his arms up, just bracing, ready for the impact.
So you come careening down. You see that breaking off to the far distance is the Queen Salmon, and the ship just enters the atmosphere, which at this point you see it's now very dark and stormy. Not like active lightning storms, but certainly like it looks like lightning could strike at any point. The general atmosphere between the skies and the ground is clear, so you can see like where you're coming in, and there's just all sorts of broken down machinery everywhere. So you come crashing in and you just land and you get wedged into a whole bunch of metal. Yep. Very, very abrupt landing.
3, 2, 1.
Discovery, go and throttle up.